Well, welcome to Double Talk. I'm Mark Steffen.
Well, welcome. Yes.
Welcome back.
Wait, where's my cue?
We were off last week.
Oh, I'm Michael Mandel. Just in case you didn't know, I'm your host, co-host, Michael Mandel. Applause.
And
applause.
We were off last week due to technical difficulties. They ran a rerun.
We wouldn't know because
we
didn't
get residuals.
have to do anything. Yeah, we still get the money.
Yeah, still get the money.
Thanks for that.
No work.
Send the money in.
Now,
and that's why we're Double Talk.
Now today, as you saw on the camera, it's banana Irish. Now, what is a banana Irish? Well, we got a banana.
We got Irish
whiskey.
Well, this is the culmination of a long story that starts actually with almost the city manager, but we won't mention that. Everybody knows that the Amador project is at the southern part of the downtown mall, right?
Well, it used to be the mall. Now it's Main Street.
Yeah.
Main Street and Amador.
And they built up. They built a gigantic building. I believe it cost $6 million.
4 bars and restaurants.
We went to see the bar last week.
The Amador bar.
We actually went to see the bar.
The Broken Spoke.
The Broken Spoke.
We went there and they were too crowded on a Friday.
So we wanted to look around, and we walk into the Amador bar.
Which is much nicer.
And was wonderful. It was open. Nobody was there because it really barely opened.
Nobody knows it's there.
And we walked up to the bar. I know it's unusual for Mark and me walked up to a bar. What's the joke? What's the punchline?
A Gentile and a Jew walked into a bar.
And they both drink. It was a great bar. The bar looks great. The server was great. It was Jessica. We talked to her a lot.
One of the more knowledgeable
she knew stuff.
Bartenders we've had in this town.
She was really good.
She's on the money.
And Eric Owen, her manager, her boss, knew.
He's on the money with stuff.
Incredible stuff.
He's doing interesting, exciting things there.
And they're coming up with a new bar. So we asked her about drinks, and I asked her if she knew such and such a drink, and
although
some of them.
I never had to wait so long for a martini in my life.
Yeah, we waited, but we talked a lot.
Oh, anyway, it wasn't her fault.
In the process of just picking her brain, because they didn't have any snacks, other than that.
We didn't order anything.
She mentioned putting bananas in Jameson.
And Jameson Irish whiskey.
So I couldn't find my Jameson, even though it might be there. So we used
Bushmills.
Bushmills, red Bushmills is as good as Jameson. We put some bananas in the beginning of when we started to get ready to do the show. So by now they're disintegrated.
Yeah. We've talked about before how much I love red Bush. And
I think you like blonde Bush too.
I do.
Yeah.
I like it. And so
I thought banana and Irish whiskey sounds like a good idea. She said you don't mull it, you just put it in there.
So it's been soaking in there now for about, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
So down the hatch, let's see. First I'm tasting the whiskey without the banana.
No, you're tasting a little bit of banana. It's really nice and smooth. It smooths it out a little bit. Covers the rough edges.
I can't wait to chew on that banana piece infused with the whiskey.
It's going to be great. Just your next...
no, I'm sipping slowly, as we do on this show.
Last night, which was actually 4 nights ago, there was a port tasting at...
in
Mesilla, and port was really good, except some people have never had port. It's a wine group, so they usually drink wine, which is about 12 to 16% alcohol. Port is normally 20%. People were going, whoa, the idea with port is a mild drink.
I like port.
Compared to scotch and other stuff.
Port is frequently overlooked. I'm not sure why. But port should not be overlooked.
No, it's good.
That's what I'm saying.
It's good at night. And
if you're not going anywhere.
We have lots of ports.
Sit around the fire.
Because I always buy ports thinking, oh, this will be good, and they are, but you can't drink them copiously. No, but you drink them in moderation.
You have a fireplace where you live.
I do.
All the time I've known you've never had a fire in it, but you have got one.
My brother started a fire there and forgot to open the flue.
Yeah, so yeah, that's full of smoke.
That was a lesson learned.
Are you liking that?
You know, as it gets close to the banana.
More and more banana eat.
Yeah. Irish whiskey is way smoother than Scotch, smoother than bourbon, I think, even.
Well, it is a blend, isn't it?
Well, so is bourbon, kind of.
Well, all American whiskeys are blends.
Scotch can be a blend. Most Scotches were blends up until the time we were 2 years old, and we started to cry. We want single malt.
Single malt.
Single malt.
In your bottle.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to go for it.
Are you going to? Me too. It's stuck. The banana sticks. Oh, wait.
It does. I'm going to pry it loose.
that was a sharper taste than without the banana. Yeah. Wow.
You know what? I like banana with whiskey better than I like banana without.
Our new thing. We don't just do drinks here. We do fruit.
It's healthy.
Do you do fruit?
That's a healthy drink.
I've seen you do a fruit. Anyway. Yeah, that's a healthy
Define
drink.
fruit.
That's a healthy drink.
It is. It's good.
Wow.
Now we're going to move. After the break, we're going to
We're
try
gonna
it with something else.
Yes.
But first, we want to mention the
Big
fact
week in Las Cruces.
big things are afoot here in Las Cruces,
It's a scary time.
including the
kids.
fact that our city manager, Stuart Eade, has resigned his post.
Which you found out, I guess, Monday, Tuesday?
I heard about it.
People were hearing about it earlier.
I heard about it, and on Wednesday's newspaper that
Came out.
the headliner.
And of course, last week, he had taken a personal week because he had some things to work out.
Yeah,
When a public official takes a week off, something's going on. We also know that
trying to find a job somewhere
Philip
else.
Sanfilippo was on leave, and his assistant
he's on his way out too, believe
So
me.
there apparently something's going up with the top echelon. Interestingly enough, these guys were instrumental in getting the Amador project working, as well as getting the Arts Council out of the Rio Grande Theater. So I think we're waiting for many shoes to drop to see what's going on.
It's not over yet, and by the end of the year, we're going to have a new mayor.
Yes, because he's up for grabs. We don't know if it's going to be new because we don't know if Ken Miyagishima.
No, I think Mr. Smith is going to be the new mayor. He's been on this show before,
I'll drink to that.
and I have no problem with him being our
He's
new
a
mayor.
nice guy. He supports the arts.
He's been on city council long enough. He knows what's going on, and he can run a meeting.
He knows architecture and he knows city planning as well.
He does.
So he's smart.
Yes, and his mother is a nice artist too.
Yeah. His mother-in-law. Isn't that his mother-in-law? His mother.
His mother. Now,
Anyway.
Notre Dame burned down while we were gone. And
Did it burn down while we were gone? Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Well, we had to get back from doing it.
And now
it was
they're
hard to light a fire up there because it's so
they
dark and
didn't have a
smoky.
person on fire watch, which you should always do in a flammable situation if you're working with welders' torches and
That
things
was
like
a
that.
crazy fire.
They had nobody on fire watch. That's all they needed.
I watched it.
Yeah.
I was at the gym when it was taking place, and I don't stay on the machine too long.
But for that, you did.
But you think I'm on for 25 minutes. In 25 minutes, wouldn't a fire truck show up? No, it waited to watch the steeple burn. I mean, it was gorgeous. And I'm saying, get there before the steeple falls down. But no, just because they don't understand English, they didn't know what I was talking about.
See? And now they have a big, huge fundraising thing that they claim they've raised $1 billion.
They really didn't have to do a fundraising thing. People just gave.
Why can't the Catholic Church pay for it? They're worth billions. I mean, $1 billion is nothing to the Catholic Church. That's like what? 3 abuse settlements?
Exactly. They have too many abuse settlements. They can't afford it. No. All the people that are giving, $200 million or whatever, they're all like the Louis Vuitton, all the people who are famous designers. And why can't they donate to, let's say, poor people and funds around the world? That's one of the things that the French people are now protesting. The Yellow Jackets are protesting the fact that you're giving all the money to the church, which theoretically is antiquated at this point. It's a gorgeous church. We were there before I burnt it down. And
yes, but Paris made a lot of money off that. They charged, what, $30 to get in there for the tour? And they ran tours in there all day long, day in, day out.
I mean, it helped bring people to that little island in the middle of the Seine.
Yes, it makes me want to watch the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Both versions. All 3 versions, because this is a cartoon version.
The cartoon version is the best.
Anthony Quinn did it in a remake, and of course, Charles Lawton did the original.
He was great, too.
Yeah.
They didn't even have to give him makeup.
Yes, they did.
Oh.
Now, speaking of another
thing that's going away.
It's going away. Glenn Cutter Gallery.
That's it. Well, Glenn Cutter Gallery does have a lot of history, but not that much history.
No, not that much. But Cutter Gallery is going out of business.
They took over a really old building that I think the president of the university built at some point.
When I was in college, that was a frat house. But it was a very old house.
Glenn Cutter bought it even then. They had to refurbish it.
They did a lot of work in there.
They added room.
They made it very nice.
They added space. They've been a local institution for ages. Both Glenn and Sally had been a
big supporters
good community
of the arts.
supporter, as well as everything else. He was on the arts board for the state
arts
for
board,
a long time.
Yes, and anyway, there's starting this week. They're having going out of business sales,
Which, if you're smart, you take advantage of because they have really good stuff.
because their stuff tends to be kind of pricey. They have nice stuff.
But you get it 30 to 50% off. It's like going to Dillard's during a sale.
They have an art gallery there.
This shirt, I think, is from Dillard's. I'm not sure.
And,
it's hard to say. But yes, and we'll
I'm
miss
sorry
them.
to see them go.
I think Sally was getting a little sick. She's been sick these last couple of
Glenn's
weeks.
had cancer to deal with.
So they have a lot of trouble.
I saw them having lunch at Rendezvous the other day.
A good place for lunch.
It is a good place. I had lunch there the other day. It was fabulous.
With them?
No, this is a different day.
Oh.
Man, the food was good there.
It is. We'll have to go.
Yeah, it's
What
not
do you have next,
overpriced
Sarah?
either. Now,
Speaking of food,
migrants have to eat.
migrants have to move.
Las
keep moving.
Cruces has been hosting lots and lots of migrants. Over 1,600 of them have come through the city so far.
Yes.
On their way to other places, most of them.
This past weekend, we had them at the Las Cruces High
School
gym, their
the
auxiliary
overflow.
gym.
We had them at Mearshite Gym.
And I
Plus
think
the homeless shelters.
First of all, you got to help them. They're migrants. They are not like invaders. They are not sex.
They're people in
crimes.
need.
They're not
Dire
gangsters.
need.
They're asking us for help, the same as other people have in many years.
Yes. And they're seeking
In fact,
asylum.
when this country started, it took in people who were seeking asylum.
Yeah, those poor
The
Indians
people-
were dumb enough to take us in.
They were
And
nice enough.
Look where it got them.
Yes. Well, is that what you're saying? That they're going to take over and we should stop
And
them?
we're going to continue to be nice enough to take these people in,
We should.
despite what the president says.
Yes. Good, you're getting political. Thank goodness. Anyway, we'll see. Because now they're talking about the new census. They're going to see if they can ask people if they're citizens to be in the census.
On the census form.
But they can answer no, because that's not what the question is, or that's not a crucial
They can also
point.
leave that one blank.
You said they can't.
No.
You said you worked for the census.
I used to work for the Census
and,
Bureau.
and you said you had to answer everything? or
No,
what?
well, no, you're obligated by law to fill out the form. Technically you're breaking the law by avoiding filling it out and sending it back and not
We
sending it
wouldn't
back
want to
in.
do that.
Because if you don't send it back, they send it to you in the mail. If you don't send it back filled out, then in the second phase, people will come tapping on your door with the form in hand that they will fill out for you if you answer the questions. Then, if they still don't get a response from you, you slam the door in their face, or you don't answer, or you're not home, then the third phase of people will come knocking on
Does that
your
have
door.
to do with helicopters coming over your house? No.
No.
You don't get the helicopters?
Drones, no.
No.
They've advanced.
They look through your window.
And so, why not fill it out? That's how the state gets its money from the federal government, based on how many citizens or non-citizens are living here.
So states like us, California, probably Arizona, any border state is going to have a high
Texas.
amount of, Texas, but I try not to say that word in mixed company.
Oh, that's okay.
And state your existence here, and we will get money so that you can continue to exist here.
It'll fund our schools, our children's schools. Mm-hmm. It'll fund our roads.
It funds food stamps and things like that, or whatever.
We don't know.
We're not
it
that
benefits
political.
everybody.
It helps banana growers.
Have a banana.
Yeah, we're gonna start macerating this one for the next half of the show.
We're going to do what with it?
Macerating
Oh,
it. Yes.
I thought you said.
My hands are above the table. What are you saying? What does the producer say?
Let's go to a break.
We're going to go to a break.
I thought I heard that somewhere.
You two should take out some Irish whiskey.
Yeah, when we come back, we've got a lot more interesting things to talk about.
Many
Not
more
just
things.
this drink. So please join us after these valuable
Things you
words.
all know are happening here.
No, they don't.
But we know more.
Oh. Is it real? Is it real? Is it something I can feel? Is it real? Is it real? Is it something I can feel? Tell me, is it real? Is it real? Is it something, something I can feel? Is it real? Is it real? Is it something, something I can feel?
Call Mark Goldstein, the Safe Money Guy, at 575-556-2472 to learn about innovative strategies now available to help you grow, protect, and preserve your money and financial future, regardless of market conditions.
Hi, welcome to Okazuri.
It's our happy hour sushi fest. We placed our top sushi rolls on special from $4 to $6. And our ice cold draft beer is only $2.50. Have a California roll, banderito roll. Sit at the floating sushi bar and the kids eat for only $2. From 2 to 5, Monday through Thursday, located on University in the Pan Am Plaza. It's our happy hour sushi fest.
Horizon Granite is here.
It's here. Horizon Granite is here. We'll come to you to customize your kitchen and bathroom with beautiful countertops and cabinets. Find out more at horizongranite.com. Call us at 575-650-3180.
Horizon Granite is here.
It's here.
Make yourself a beautiful home.
Come to Tacos El Borrego de Oro in Las Cruces. We are celebrating $1 Taco Tuesdays. Come enjoy authentic Mexican food for the whole family. Bring the family to Tacos El Borrego for $1 Taco Tuesday and Flauta Thursdays.
There you go.
So great. You can do all these different gears with one hand.
Okay.
Nice.
Guys, not all of them.
And we're back. This is Double Talk. I'm Mark Steffen.
Here we are with the third half of the show, right?
Second half. How much have you had?
How much have you had? We just put some absinthe in here. Everybody knows about absinthe, right?
No, they don't. Tell them what it is, Mike.
Absinthe is made out of herbs, originally in Switzerland, then in France, and then made illegal in most countries because
it's strong.
Well, there's different reasons. It is strong. It's like 55 to 65% alcohol. People loved it.
So that's only half.
After the phylloxera thing killed all the wine in Italy and France and Spain, people started to drink this, and they loved drinking it. And it was easy to drink. You put plenty of water in it. It's just like wine, except for the fact that you don't like the taste of
Does absinthe have anything to do with laudanum?
No, it doesn't.
They're completely different?
Yes.
Okay.
Laudanum is...
laudanum actually tastes good, I'm sure.
Probably, if you smoke it. Anyway,
absinthe has a liquid
so this was
taste.
made illegal from 1904 to like 1914. It was finally legalized in America in 2007? Yeah. And the reason they made it illegal was because people were getting too drunk, and as well as the fact that by the time 1912 hit, all the wines had started to come back to life, and all the vintners couldn't they couldn't sell their wine because everybody's sitting around drinking absinthe. So they made it illegal, so people had to drink wine for the next, God knows how long, 100 years.
Well, you know, when we had Prohibition,
that was illegal.
Remember, the Volstead Act made alcohol, beer, wine, and liquors illegal for, 17 years?
Yeah.
And so...
During that time...
But during that time, cocaine, marijuana, opium, they were all legal.
Yes.
You could have them. But then, when the Volstead Act was repealed, they made alcohol now legal again.
And then
they had all these revenuers sitting around with nothing to do, so they made all the drugs illegal, give those guys some jobs.
Apparently, if you look at old jazz guys, they say they used to have white around their hair. And while they're playing, they'd be going...
Because they put cocaine in their hair?
Just putting cocaine in their hair. I mean, that's how cheap it was. I mean, cocaine was the initial ingredient of Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola, that's why that was the buzz. They
Yes.
replaced it later with caffeine.
Caffeine.
Wines were available with cocaine in them. Luxury cars came with a little marble platform for cutting the cocaine if you wanted.
Really? That's
you
very
could order
luxury.
that for your
That's pretty
luxury
good.
car.
They're going to start to put marijuana or THC in wine and alcohol. They're making alcohols out of THC.
THC is better than alcohol. Safer.
Yeah, but it's alcohol in it too.
Oh, it's combined.
Oh, you know what the problem is?
What?
Wait, don't tell me. That's where I heard it.
Oh. Yes,
when you
the
put
radio game show.
When you put THC in it, it really stinks.
Oh.
It gives it a bad smell to
Well,
whatever you're drinking.
most people who smoke pot also have a
They
drink
do.
with it, so what's the big deal?
Yeah, what's the big deal?
Now, we do have sad news to impart in case anybody hasn't heard the news that Mark Medoff has died. Renowned playwright, screenwriter, and educator, who made Las Cruces his home for the past 50-odd years.
He won an Emmy, right, for Children of Lesser
No,
God?
he won a Tony Award
Was
for
it a
Broadway.
Tony? Oh,
Yes.
Broadway.
He had an Academy Award nomination for the for the screenplay version of Children of Lesser God.
And we tried to visit him last week.
Went to visit him last Friday, but we got there too late. We didn't realize he was that far along in his dying process.
And he was apparently sedated at that point.
Yes, and comatose. But
we
did
might be the last people not to see him.
That's true.
We don't
he
know.
did die on Tuesday, I guess, afternoon, evening.
Anybody who's on Facebook knows that. What was odd is that prior to that, things were coming on Facebook where people would do memories of Mark.
Yes.
And every time you read that, you think, oh my God, he's gone. But it wasn't.
He was still alive. I was one of his students. I was in a play that he wrote, and I was in a play that he directed when I was in college.
I was a playwriting student of him, and we always had the same agreement. We agreed on what we thought of everybody else's play. They stunk.
They stunk. Yours was
ours
good.
were, ours were good. So,
and
here's a drink
he was
to
still
you,
working
Mark.
on. He had 5 more projects. He was still working on. Well, maybe his son-in-law Ross can finish them for him.
Maybe, or maybe they'll ask you, Mark.
Yeah.
Apply.
No, I'm sure
put
they
your
will.
Put your resume in.
So
anyway,
rest in peace, Mark.
He's dead. Another thing that's dead is the production of Young Frankenstein at the Las Cruces Community Theater.
It is dead. They canceled it. The board of directors canceled the play a week before opening.
Oddly enough, or uniquely enough, in 47 years, that's the first time they've ever canceled a play.
Yes, 57 years. And it's never been done before. I don't think it needed to be done this time. But
there's a bunch of
political and
websites out there talking about it if you want to find out more. Most of it is gossip. Are you going to talk about all the gossip?
Well,
or are you going to just
no,
talk
I'm not
about some of
talking
the
about
gossip?
gossip. You know, I've
You're talking about real facts.
I've seen this happen before when the board of directors goes crazy on a director.
What?
Who's trying to do something interesting and creative.
How's that possible?
There's always some sort of envy happening sometimes. And every now and then the board rears its non-creative head and punishes a director for trying to do a good job.
The board has creative types, and that's why there's so much controversy. I remember the first meeting on the board that I was ever at. There was a great argument about 2 people you know well. I won't mention who they are, but their language, it made me want to stay on the board because that was the best theater I had seen in a long time. People arguing with very emotional attitudes, and that's what people are in the theater community.
Well, at the time,
the job is to keep people from being too crazy.
Yeah. Well, when the board tries to punish the director for doing too good of a job, it usually has to do with a complainer of limited talent and thin skin.
Wait, who said that?
Who is
Who
not
are you reading? Who are you reading? You can't say good job. You don't know. You're making a value judgment there.
This is my opinion from now on.
What if it's somebody you don't like?
Who is not suited to acting in a professional manner, and they're seeking to blame those who are. It usually boils down to politics and personality, twisted to their negative conclusion. This time around, young Frankenstein is the victim, and no amount of electricity is going to be able to revive it.
Well, that was a funny way to get that in.
This time around, they lost a director, a costumer, their tech wizard, who brought the theater into the 21st century, tech-wise, and they lost the respect of everyone connected to the play. They lost credibility with everyone else, and I hope that the play cast and crew can find another more welcoming venue for the show. And if so, I'll be very supportive in that regard.
So with that, Mark is trying to get nominated to the board.
They will have to come up with They'll have to pay the rights to a very expensive musical. They will have to rebuild an expensive set and costumes. But I hope they find a venue for it. These kinds of things shouldn't happen.
That's pretty true. So we're sad that it's canceled.
Yes. But there is a play.
We're sad that there's animosity within the ranks, and that you never know. Animosity always comes from personal things, but who really knows what's going on?
But there is a play opening this weekend at the university, a musical too.
A musical also.
Yes, the old classic My Fair Lady.
It's the same plot, where you take a primitive creature and you socialize them.
Yes.
Young Frankenstein, he started to do musical shows.
You try to culturalize the person.
And My Fair Lady, you have a girl from...
Similar story.
Yes, same thing.
And she puts on the Ritz.
Yes, she does. She's doing that.
Good. Now, also, we want to mention another person who has left this planet. Kate Smith died this week.
She may have left the planet, but the planet is no lighter.
I remember watching her on the Ed Sullivan Show. Remember?
She was great. She had quite the
pipes, what a voice she had. Yes,
she could belt them out.
God Bless America was one of her.
She was the belter
songs
of history.
Yes.
You know, she is why people invented radio, because they would say, we need something for people who don't have a voice like her, where we could send this voice out to the masses.
She was one of a kind, and she was she wasn't just a singer. She did musical theater as well.
She did, and she's funny.
So she was a great entertainer.
So we're going to talk about the Amador Broken Spoke, because we already talked about it. So
we did. I recommend it. I recommend going down there.
Give it a shot. Next week will be the opening of 575, which is their elite bar, which
cocktail
you take
bar.
I think it's on the 3rd floor. They have an elevator.
Third?
I think they said that. Why would you have an elevator if you only had 2 floors? Right?
Well, the door is on the ground level.
I don't know. Eric was pointing up. Okay. He said 575 is going to be open in 2 weeks.
They named the bar after our area code.
Is that what it is? Because it's my area code too.
Yeah.
How'd they know what my area code was?
They know, because you're a television star.
Oh, that's true. I get all these calls.
So anyway, we're out of time, Michael.
If you have any ideas for drinks, this is an idea for a drink. It
goes well with matzah, doesn't it?
It does. This is the end of Matzah week, which is what a lot of people call Passover. A lot of people call it that.
Matzah week?
Or Pesach.
Pesach.
And yes, Matzah week. Matzahs are great. You get used to them for a week, and then you say, I'll wait till next year.
I like peanut butter and jam on them.
You know, we got soft cream cheese, but the hard cream cheese, if you cut it really thin, works better.
But they're crispy and they'll break.
I know they break. They're horrible. You have to do a sandwich for the Seder of charosis and horseradish, and if you get one bite without it exploding in your mouth, you're lucky.
I haven't had cirrhosis in years, but I'm working on it.
You're a little rough on it.
I'm working on it right
Cheers.
here.
See you guys next week.
You sure about that?
No, I'm not sure about anything.
Boy, I hate it.
I guess you can. Actually, now it's better. I think it works nicely now. No, it's the herbs. It's the herbs, Mark. Eat a banana. Have some more banana.
No,